Hello everyone, my name is Tanya and this is my labor and delivery story. It's not very long, it's very brief. Before I start though, I would like to thank all of my friends and my family for all their support, love, and rooting me on through this whole thing. Let me start off by saying there is life. There is life at 40. Yeah, it was very hard. I have two other children besides Asheena. That's my baby's name. This time I had to be put on bed rest. My body. I'm a very healthy person, but it's really true when they tell you when you have your babies later. Sometimes it will be a little bit harder on your body. Other than that, I had no other complications except that she kept wanting to come early, so that's where my bed rest came in. That's where I believe all my other stuff came in, but I didn't have high blood pressure and stuff like that. I was really lucky on that part. I want to thank my family and friends, and I'll start with my labor and delivery story. I didn't have her until the next day, but 2 weeks before that I had to go to the emergency room because I felt water, or it could have been a week. It could have been a week before. It was close to 2 weeks. I had leakage. So I called my doctor. My doctor told me to go to the emergency room. I went to the emergency room. They hooked me up to the baby monitor and checked the heartbeat, the contractions, everything. Everything seemed to be fine. At first I was having them, then they would stop. Having them, then they would stop. Then they just stopped completely. So they sent me home. I was hurting throughout this whole time, for this whole 2 weeks, consistently hurting. So May 7th came, and the labor pains, hurting, didn't stop. I was just so tired of going back to the hospital, and then they tell me to go home. So I called a friend, and she called her cousin, because she did. My friend that I called, her name is Keisha. She just had her baby, so she couldn't, just drop everything and come to me. So she called her cousin. She's a close friend of mine also. Her name is Sandra. She came to my house. She coached me along, and thank God, my contractions started to be regularly. I believe I called my daughter so that she could give me a ride to the hospital, and I called Asheena's daddy. For people who have never been through this before, please, people, please make sure you have gas in your car. If you even think that somebody is going to be in labor, you got to take them to the doctor. Please. Put gas in your car first before you go get them. It just wasn't working for me, was it? Anyway, got to the hospital. They hooked me up onto the monitor, and sure enough, I was staying. It was consistent. They was hurting. They started to get intense. Let's see. through the night, through that period of time, my contractions started to slow down. And it's so funny. So the nurse, she checked me, because they kept asking me, did your water break? Did your water break? And I believe somewhere during that time, the 2 weeks, my water was like slowly leaking out because there was no water bag. She was saying that I was 3.5 or 4 centimeters. So she came and asked me did I want the epidural, and I was trying to hold out without getting an epidural, but it seemed like it was taking forever. And then the check that they had to do in my uterus, I said yes, give it to me, give me the full strength if you've got that. She gave me a bag with some liquid first, and then once that was, I guess once that was where it needed to be, they called in the man to start my epidural. The epidural was put in my back. They had me go into the fetal position. It was my first time, and it really wasn't that bad. I have asked everyone, I've researched it, and it just like everyone said, for some people they really have a bad experience with it going in. I didn't have a bad experience. It worked well, but one side of my body was numb, and even after I had my daughter, my fingertips a little bit was numb for a while, but thank goodness that is over. So anyhow, back to, they gave me the epidural. That once that kicked in, then I had like a catheter. They put a catheter in there. I was worried about that too. I was like, oh, is that gonna hurt? And the lady told me, yeah, I won't feel it. I was like, okay, good. That was put in after I had my epidural also. So that happened throughout the whole night. So 2 o'clock comes. They call the doctor, and I was ready. I was ready to push. Once the doctor came, got set up, they told me to push, and I pushed, and she didn't come the first time, but the second time I pushed, she was out. Having the baby is very short. Like you push and boom, the baby's there. But it's the labor pain. It's all the other stuff, like gradually going, going to get to where you need to escalate to get to, where you are laboring, and then eventually having your baby. Well, I had her. Her name is Asheena. She is 5 ounces and 13 pounds. Well, at birth she was 5 pounds, 13 ounces. Once I had her, they put her on my chest, and it was just really beautiful. Her father was by my side. He was a little nervous. He didn't want to see that part of everything. Yeah, he didn't want to see that part of it. And believe me, when you are in labor, you do not want them to stop helping you to go help the person that just fainted on the floor. So yeah, it was a very beautiful experience. Then once I had her, I stayed in that room for a while. They made sure I was able to urinate for the first time. Sorry. And I took the shower. Then the nurse, she wheeled me to my postpartum room, and yeah, it was nice. It was okay. My hospital stay was very nice. The food compared to my other two children that I had, the food was pretty okay for the hospital. I have no words. I'm just glad that I didn't have all the complications that a person my age would have, being pregnant and giving birth. I was lucky this time, and I don't know. I want one more baby, but I don't know. We'll see what the cards have for me. My daughter, when they brought her to me, she was wide awake, hungry. Breastfeeding was very hard, but once she latched on, that was good. They had a lactation nurse at the hospital. There was a class early in the morning, but I had totally fell asleep through that. My daughter was born at 2:45 in the morning. I was so tired from laboring for 2 days. She had to. I could go home, but my daughter had to stay in the hospital because she had jaundice. So I asked to stay for one more day too. And they allowed me to stay one more day with my daughter, and that turned out okay. So then they allowed me to go home that following day after the extra visit at the hospital. But my daughter's nurse, my daughter's doctor, the baby's doctor, gave me an appointment for the next day to take her so they could check her jaundice. So I did that, and I had to go again. They didn't do it daily. This time it was a week after, and she started to. I guess it started to improve. So they gave me her. What is it, 9 weeks? The checkup. So she goes back to the doctors on the 19th of this month for her shots and everything. So we'll see how that goes. For myself, I had my 6 weeks checkup and everything was okay on that area, except for I have a little lump in my stomach. I go to the doctors for that on the 19th also, but later on during the day to check on that. So hopefully I'll get some encouraging news about that also. In the hospital, I want to say something that they didn't do with me for my daughter and my son was tummy time. Skin to skin. That was really nice. Yeah, and I still do it now. At home. My only hurdle now is baby acne. I don't know. It's getting a little bit better. She is not sleeping through the night. I hope that get better too. Cause on the must-have, add the coffee and cream, okay? Something, the soda, something, because it's hard to stay up. Like even now, I just wanted to hurry up and do this video before she woke up. I would like to say thank you to everyone again for their help, and we're very happy for our new addition. This is totally off the subject, but the reason why I wanted to do these videos because, like I said, I'm older. I want to be able to leave something behind for my children that they can look back on. Like my daughter, like I spent my life with her. We practically grew up together, and my son, he's 5, but you know I have the photos and stuff, and it's so sad because his baby pictures I had on a cell phone. He was born 2006, and that totally got lost. You know, all his baby pictures, because you know how you take the pictures and the videos and everything, they were totally lost. So this is a way that I can actually keep my videos and my pictures for my children. They can just log on. I mean, this camera could break right now, and they could just go to the computer and log on to, and we'll still have our memories. Thank you very much for watching, and hopefully I will be doing more YouTube videos for my family and friends. Thank you very much for watching.